What's up, everyone? We're going to jump right into it. So today we're discussing 10 creative ways to make your brand stand out online in 2018. So each week we're going to, or I would say throughout a course of a few months, we're going to stretch out and talk about these 10 ways to make your brand stand out online. And for the first episode, episode 13, we're going to discuss blogging. All right, so blogging is so important today. And just some quick stats about blogging. 53% of marketers have blogging as their top content marketing priority. So if you're a small business or a business owner in general, and you have a marketing team or marketing consultant or marketing specialist, whatever the case may be, there's a high percentage of them focusing on blogging as a top content marketing strategy. And there's a reason for that. So if you also have a blog, right, 434% more pages are indexed within Google search engine compared to websites that do not have a blog. And what that means is the more pages you have indexed in Google, the more Google is going to crawl around your site and analyze your content to ultimately allow you to get better rankings within their search engines, which in result drives more patients or more customers. Small businesses that have a blog see 126% more growth than a business without a blog. So ROI and new customers are so important. So blogging should be a part of that marketing strategy. It also develops your business as an industry expert, and it creates brand ambassadors for your business. So today I'm going to give out 5 tips, right? So 5 tips that really can help you create a blogging content strategy, simple tips that you can follow and utilize to make your business stand out among the pack. So tip 1, determine your blog schedule. This is so important. Whether you blog, once a month, twice a month, 4 times a week, whatever the case may be, you want to be consistent here. You don't want to blog, say it's tomorrow, for example, and then turn around and blog 6 months later. You want to be consistent. The reason behind that is once you build your audience, your customers are going to expect your content to be put out on a consistent basis, and they'll look for it. But if you're not consistent, they will find someone else. So highly important, find a consistent blog strategy or schedule. Tip 2, identify your blog audience. So super important, blog for your customer. There's a lot of marketing strategies behind blogging and SEO and all that good stuff, but you want to blog for them. Find questions that they are talking about or asking, or statements or topics that they have, that's around your industry or your community. Find those questions, those topics, and blog on them and answer those questions within your blog post. This will separate you as an industry expert, but then it'll also create those brand ambassadors where they really feel you understand their pain points, and then it will eventually connect them better with you so that you can generate sales. Tip 3 is the brainstorming topic ideation phase, right? So you got to be able to come up with topics consistently. And you may be well versed in your industry and you may know a lot of questions that they're asking. You may be very engaged with your customers, but then sometimes we all have idea blocks. So I'm going to give you some quick tools. Some are paid, some are free, where you can see what the industry is relating to and how you can jump on top of that train and be ahead of the curve in terms of creating great blog content. So let's jump right into it. So one tool, this is a paid tool, it's called BuzzSumo. Excuse me. So most of our clients are in the dental industry, so I typed in dentistry. So this tool is amazing. There's a lot that you can do with BuzzSumo, but we're going to focus on just the blogging strategy. So I typed in dentistry, and you'll see all these topics that come up. And if you look to the right here, you'll see all the engagement that these topics had. So you got Facebook engagement, LinkedIn, so forth. Obviously, with this keyword, it's one keyword. You want to be more specific, but this just shows you the value with the content that's already out there. Create great content. Find a very niche topic, and then create content around that. And then you can also engage with some of these people. Find out who these people are and engage with them to generate this kind of traction for your content. The next tool is Ahrefs. Content Explorer. It's a section in their tool that it does something similar to BuzzSumo, but Ahrefs has a lot of marketing opportunities there inside of the tool. But I typed in SEO for dentists, right? And it has some of the same metrics and engagement information that you can utilize. That's also a paid tool as well. SEMrush. I really like SEMrush. So they have a new tool. It's actually in beta stage. It's called Topic Research. And I typed in Invisalign versus braces, right? And if you look at all these different subtopics that came up, orthodontic treatment, Invisalign aligners, so forth. And if you click on the drop-down arrow, it shows you all the questions that people are asking in your industry. So this is very, very valuable because it speaks directly to questions. And again, that's where you want to stand out, by answering those questions for your audience. The next tool is the Keyword Planner. And this is a Google tool that is free for you. Obviously, you go to Google AdWords and you need a Gmail account. And you just, once you go to Google AdWords, you register, and they have a tools option, and you'll see Keyword Planner here. So I typed in dental insurance, and then there's a plethora of just topics. If you see all these keywords that come up over here, there's tons and tons of keywords that you could analyze and figure out what would be the best content to produce based on what your customer's asking. With the Keyword Planner, again, it's free. It shows the average monthly searches, which is very valuable. And then it also shows you the competition. So it shows you how hard it will be to rank for that keyword specifically. Lastly, what I do like about the Keyword Planner, it has search volume trends. So you can see when people are searching for your keywords and what time frame. So this could keep you ahead of schedule to produce content around that time frame when your audience is searching for those questions or blog topics, and you could be ahead of the game there. Lastly is Google. Like, I love Google because Google has a auto suggest feature, and I typed in how much does veneers cost, right? And if you look under there, you see all these different sub keywords that people are searching for in relation to how much does veneers cost. So there's how much do veneers cost with insurance? Does insurance cost or cover veneers, so forth. So you could take a lot of that information and create blog content around not just that one question, but a lot of these other sub questions that you see in the auto suggest that Google is providing. So those, and Google's free, of course. So those are some ways for your topic ideation. Tip 4 is creating an editorial calendar. So it's super important that you hold yourself accountable, or hold your marketing team accountable, that they have a plan set up and then they're executing it. So the editorial calendar piece is pretty simple. Just get an Excel file, create your column that says your topic, have a column for dates, and then have sub-columns for the dates that you are going to execute your draft content, maybe your research, also your publish date, and then your edit date, and then have all that together so you keep yourself aligned with when you're going to publish, and just stick to it. Also recommend creating calendar invites to yourself or your marketing team, where they're notified when those dates are due. HubSpot has a pretty cool editorial calendar template that you can use, and I'll include this link in the description. But it shows you, here's a simple way that you can create a blog editorial calendar with Google Sheets or an Excel document. Tip 5, apply SEO and create a great user experience. So SEO obviously is a second strategy. First, you want to blog for your audience. That's tip 2. And then tip 5 is apply SEO. So you want to be able to communicate with Google of what you're trying to rank for. If you do this very well, you'll get great results. User experience. You don't want to have a text like 30 sentences all in one block of text. You want to make sure that every other sentence or phrase, you have spaces between your content so that your readers can visually scroll down and see the connections within your paragraphs. Also, headers, bullet points, bold or italic text. You want to really draw their attention. Videos, images, really set your content apart by creating an experience that really gives them the information they're looking for, but also keeps them there for a while. So real quick, showing you this blogging example. Here's a blog. Literally played basketball at Davidson College. When I graduated, I just wanted to give the insights that I've learned from a great coach and Coach McKillop, learned professionally overseas and so forth around really great basketball players. And I created a blog, inspirationalbasketball.com, and literally just started blogging on that website. And you can see that over time, 2,000 visits from Google a month and ranking for 4,500 keywords. And literally that was me really focusing on creating content for my audience and being consistent, as I mentioned in some of the tips there. I created a blog article about the odds of making it to the NBA. And I think that blog post right now has 80, 90 plus comments. And it's just, I did all the tips that I just mentioned. We did that, we focused on that, and those were the results. So as a small business owner, and this is not there's no sales right now on this. Well, there's affiliate stuff, but there's no like hard sales. There's no, I need sales from this website. But as a business owner, if you do this, you will set yourself apart and become an industry expert and ultimately get sales. So finally, blog and blog some more. Be consistent, stick with it. Some of these big brands that I have here, Nike, Sony, Pepsi, they always have news content, blog content. They're really connecting with their users online. Everyone's online these days. So that's where you need to be as a business. I always like to throw this out here as well. Small businesses have a high failure rate. In 5 years, 80% of businesses fail. After starting, it's tough. 20% is a low number, but to set yourself apart, blogging is a good starting point. Really connect with your customers and put yourself in the right position to get new customers from building that trust with them online, because that's where they're at. There's a lot of you in the sea in terms of you being a business and competing amongst the masses. So set yourself apart. If you have any questions, you can email me. I'll have my email in the description. You can subscribe to my channel by clicking on the subscribe button. And then lastly, if you need a free SEO report for us to look at your blogging and marketing strategy, don't hesitate to reach out.